Yo, it's the Kurt Wallace. Welcome. Here with your man, Sam Cool, where we talk about it all. Breaking events, pop culture, sports, movies, etc. Untamed and no filter. Where life experiences and tangents are welcome. Pull up a seat. It's the Kurt. Yeah. I just Hey, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, I got my regular podcast site going back up now. I had to unlock all my little information and videos, but I also want to welcome new listeners that may be coming in, and I want to welcome. I have other venues that I'm uploading my podcast on. So, thank you and welcome Anchor listeners, and they're going to be sprouting out to other podcast mediums. So, yeah, I just want to say thank you again for that and welcome. This is the Curve. What everybody's welcome. I'm telling you, life experiences and tangents are truly welcome because that's just bring yourself and whatever the daily topic we're gonna do. But again, for all the new listeners and people checking in who may be listening from, iHeart, the Lips, and Liberated Syndicate, who may be on iHeart, who may be on all the podcast sites, and even my YouTube. If you don't know, I have this segment within the curb that's called The Corner. The Corner is like a little segment that, I bring in like written words, poems, like freestyle that I do. I just been, creative, just been in my own creative zone, if you want to call it. Just bringing new things that have been on my mind, things I've been writing. So I have been writing lately, so I do have a lot in the stash, as you want to say. I got a lot in the saved up, built up over time. I did take a little hiatus, but hey, under the circumstances, this is not the circumstances I wanted to come back to. But I'm definitely gonna be dropping a full episode of The Curb in itself coming soon. But I did want to welcome back myself into to my podcast family with the little addition of the corner. But there's something I've been wanting to talk about, so I feel hey, this is the best way to come back to shoot you a little few minute episode. But I do have stuff that I wanted to talk about. But again, thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for tuning in. And for the people who are not watching it on YouTube video, you can always feel free to check my podcast out. Lipsyn.com, Mr. Curve. I have various podcasts posted up. iTunes, Apple iTunes, um, iHeart. Not sure if I'm on Spotify just yet. Anchor, the new little podcasting site where it let me host up stuff. So post up things, and I appreciate it, man. So yeah, keep checking your boy out. Stay tuned. If you're on the YouTube video, subscribe and click the notification button. And you go to any of them sites, go ahead and follow. Hit your boy up. Hey, hit me up. But you can always comment. You can shoot the emails, the curb1616 at gmail.com. You got my Twitter following at the curb __. And you can always send comments and stuff on the podcast sites. Hey, I definitely like to hear your feedback. I definitely like y'all to just interact with me, hey, and I interact with you back. But yes, that's just a little small introduction. I'm gonna give y'all a more in-depth introduction on my upcoming podcast coming up, and get you familiarized, especially for the Anchor fans and Anchor listeners, and again the various little sites that be posting up on there as well. Um, I usually don't do this because I don't post this kind. The corner is its own separate content. So I like to have special content if you're actually listening to the podcast versus viewing it on YouTube. YouTube, my extra content, I'll probably throw something up here and there if I'm challenging like my family members or some of my homeboys and a little video game or whatever the case may be. I might post a little extra content and then you can hear my commentary on that as well. It's pretty good commentary. But again, if you don't know what I do, you might want to look at the descriptions and stuff like that. Just I might be cussing, you know what I mean? I might be cussing. I don't hold back. I got a little sense of humor, but eh, it might not be your taste. It might not be your move. It might not be your speed, but here we are. But it's the curb. I'm bringing you the corner, a little small segment. I just want to get something off my mind. What's been going on lately. And it can happen to a lot of people. Not just me, but when you out and about in this world, living in this world today, society in itself, you have to move different. You just can't. You have to be aware. I like to say you just have to be aware of what's going on. You have to move different. You have to move a certain way. You know, especially when you get to a certain age. It's just that you can't do the same things you used to do because you can get off on it because you be like, oh, they're immature, they're young, or don't know, blah, blah, blah. And even then, you still can't get away from, you can't get off, excuse me, just doing what you wanted to do. Uh, so, yeah. And how that correlates to me is I know and I'm aware of what's going on. I have to move different every day when I go to work. I'm just out and about in public, doing what I have to do. But me, just being a black man in 2020, and just from my point of view, being a black man in 2020, it's crazy. I look at it crazy now because I can think back when I was younger that I wasn't aware, but I knew things were happening, but I wasn't aware and on a conscious level of this is really going on. What's going on around me. I knew it was going on around me because at a young age, well, right out of high school, I was on my own. You know what I'm saying? Not on my own. I had family. Family always stayed in contact. Helped me out when I needed, but I'm talking about like you gone, nobody's close to you. So you really out there on your own, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take, a few days before you really can really get real help or if anything you need from family and that may come out and help you out. So, you gotta know how to move, you gotta have a different mindset. And when I was younger, I was wilding out, you know what I'm saying? And I knew the repercussions, but I didn't understand the repercussions, or I didn't understand how I may be, perceived by the way I act. But fast forward now, just moving and understanding what's going on, being in the news. I feel like being in 2020, you can presume. I mean, everybody like to presume and like to think because what it's called is like it's being cognitive dissonance. Hey, if y'all don't know, I might stutter, my little twang on my things might come off different. I am a southern kind of gentleman. Yeah, I am got a southern little twang to how I talk, just how well I can raise up in move Florida. So my accent ain't as heavy as it was or used to be, but my terminology might reflect that. So you got to work with me here. Like I said, just check out the previous episodes. You can kind of get to know where I'm coming from. I mean, they pretty. I think they're decent, uh, but yeah, back to what I was originally saying. Just you got to move different, regardless of who you are, regardless of your skin color or whatever. You just gotta honestly be aware and move different about about the in society, because some people may not care, other people might care, and people might be really out there to just mess your life up because whatever they got going on in their personal life, they want to, what I'm saying, they want to harm you. And you have to be aware of people like that. And lately, what's been going on, it's been affecting, not affecting, but it's tainting my water. It's tainting my water. It's like somebody put pepper in my fucking water bottle. Like, what the hell? Have you ever had turmeric? If you have to eat it with pepper because your digestion is better, man, that's some tough shit to ingest. I'm gonna tell you now. That just messed up my whole smoothie. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I mean, honestly, it really isn't a laughing matter because of how people are. You know what I'm saying? People are undercover racist. People are just smiling in your face. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever the case may be, you just gotta understand. And mm, well, just for me, I'm coming from me personally. I feel like you gotta try to understand the person. You definitely have to keep your guard up, but you don't want to. You don't want to be too closed off, but you definitely want to feel a person out. Like, you gotta really try to get in the psyche of people. I mean, because I be coming across all walks of life every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be one incident that somebody either get cut off, or I walk past somebody. I don't know what could hit a trigger point, but just from my perspective, again, this is uncommon for the corner. Normally it's quick, straight to the point, but just wanted to build a little background. And again, welcome my new listeners from Anchor. Uh, Wanted to welcome them, and just let you know I'm back. But I wanted to throw something up, and again, this are not circumstances which I would actually come back to. But yes, again, so I try to not avoid, but I try not to be going around speaking to everybody, because I feel like you don't supposed to speak to everybody. You don't not supposed to, but you don't have to speak to everybody, because not everybody got the best intention for just hum, humanity in general. Some of them, just like I said, some people just like to try to mess people up just because of however they feeling, and that goes into case what just happened a few days ago. You know, I'm gonna get to it. I'm definitely gonna get to it, right? But let me start off by this. Just a few days ago, you got a lady calling the cops on on a black American, on a gentleman that's in the park where your dog supposed to be on the leash. But yet, because she's mad that somebody is actually recording her in her offense that she's committing, she gets mad. Oh, now, well, I'm gonna call on you. Now she goes to make something up, create a story to paint a picture of a gentleman that's just standing there minding his own business, possibly afraid that her dog could come up and bite him. That's a possibility. It's definitely plausible. Was the dog gonna bite? Oh no, you can't say it was because it did. But your dog's supposed to be on the leash. You're supposed to abide by the rules that's set. But because whatever reason, however she was feeling, she decided to call the police and continue to make up a story that wasn't consistent with what's going on. So if it's not consistent with what's going on, how You know what I'm saying? How can you bring yourself to do something like that personally? How can you do that? And you know you trying to ruin somebody's life. It doesn't make sense. You should be charged in that fault because you're trying to ruin somebody's life. And 80% of the time, the police is going to come in the defense of the person who's calling. And how she created the story. She created the story to say a black man was attacking her. And she's oh, I'm a white lady. You could clearly tell by how distraught and how she used her voice of mannerisms, her mannerisms of her voice, just how, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, oh, she's a helpless white lady. Let me go help her. So 80% of the time, the police is gonna come probably guns are blazing, not guns are blazing, but hand on the pistol, hand on the hip, like, hey, what's going on here? Ready to draw their weapon towards the person that's in question. And I have no doubt about that. That's just again, that's me. 80% of the time, I have police come out and called on me a few times. You know what I'm saying? I have people watching me work that I was afraid that they're gonna call the police on me just because I'm simply working. They feel like I don't supposed to be there. So they're not gonna ask me what am I doing. They're gonna watch me and try to hide and all, let me and I know this. And that's why I say you gotta know how to move within society. So, you know what I'm saying? I know exactly where I'm gonna go. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm in and out, gone, stop, pop, 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 pop. Here, that. Because a lot of people feel like you shouldn't be around them or where they at. They feel like they moved to a certain place or built up to be in a certain place to get away from black and people of color. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get away from you. So they feel like they see you over there. They don't know why you over there. They probably got their hand on 9-1 and ready to press the other one. I'm just saying. And that's my perspective. That's just my experience. That's just a small inclination of my experience. You know what I'm saying? But that's for the instance of that. And now you have a long litany. You have a litany. Litany. I can't say it right for. So let me find a better operative word. You have a long list, a laundry list of police and individuals under under the badge who not for the justice of the people. And it's simply that they're not there to be to serve justice for people. They're there to actually harm people. And whatever the hell they have going on in their personal life, they're taking it out on the people whom they supposed to protect. You know, and again, yes, everybody may have some dealings with the police. Yellow, white, black, Asian, orange, purple, whatever, whatever ethnic group you identify with, whatever you want to call yourself, you know what I'm saying, whatever box you want to check. Everybody has some kind of encounter with the police. Not taking that away. Not taking that away. If you had a bad experience, then you know somewhat what, and you can kind of follow that lead of where I'm going with it. You know, um, recently George Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Rest in power, rest in heaven, George Floyd. That's very unfortunate. And to me, I feel like they say, far too often people get away with, or not people, but law enforcement get away with a lot of wrongdoings. And that is a wrongdoing. You can clearly see it on the video. And it's disturbing to know that they're doing that and then they're getting off. And again, if people haven't spoke up, shout out to all the all the social medias, all the radio stations, anybody that has a platform, anybody that has a mic, anybody that has any kind of any kind of air, like again, platform they can speak from, just commenting on anything, you know what I'm saying? Keep doing that when you see an injustice. Because there's far too often where a lot of things aren't being recorded and that you can't see. And it's been happening. There's nothing new under the sun. But it's not surprising. It's just dumbfounding that we are in 2020 and this is still what's going on. We can't even get a goddamn fair fight. You know, and again, there's many cases that happen. I'm gonna just run through the list. I'm gonna run through the list of names. So if you're watching this on the YouTube, you're gonna might see me look away. But I'm definitely gonna run through a list, just some notable ones, and then some ones people may not even know of because it still doesn't get in the light. Because again, there's a lot more than what is being seen, and that people don't know about, but it shouldn't happen that way because a lot of these things get swept under the rug. And you have, again, this is not necessarily police killing, but again, Ahmaud Arbery, the police didn't do anything. So technically, by that, they're what do I say? Forgive me for the lack of the word right now because my mind is everywhere. Yeah, my mind is everywhere because again, this is more of a sporadic me jumping on. Normally, I have stuff lined up and just a little breakdown of what I'm supposed to be talking about. But this is really off the cusp. I'm coming really off the cusp about this stuff. And again, as I said, this is unusual circumstances how I would pop back in. So for the new listeners, just work with me here. It gets better, but it's just the ones that you don't see, and the police is culpable because they didn't do anything. They not acting. It took them months before they acted, and they had video already, and they finally acted upon that. So to me, the police in that area are culpable because nobody, I can't take this, I can't take that. What is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. Do right, do be just, and you should have been swift about it because in any other circumstance, if the shoes was changed and the shoes was on the foot, shall I say, it would have been no question. It would have been no question. So that's why I put that one in there as a notable as well because that's stupid. You want justice, and you had Botham Jean chilling in his own place, shot by the off duty police. She lying. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You lying. You knew what the hell you was doing. Then you trying to make people look bad. You got Breonna Taylor. That's recent as well. Breonna Taylor, an innocent bystander in the whole thing. They plain clothes breaking in her place, just kicking down the door, and she's an innocent bystander in that. When her partner, her boyfriend, fiance, I'm not quite sure on the specifics, but he's trying to protect the house that they living in, and she gets shot because of negligence by the police. You in the wrong place anyway. You didn't even call yourself out. You don't even let these people know. So, you know what I'm saying? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? And again, I'm just running through these. Again, Michael Brown. You had Alton Sterling. Sandra Bland is another notable one. Something happened to her. She was in the custody of the police. But no justice has actually been served from her. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's crazy how that happened. Nothing came from that. You have Jonathan Farrell, Terrence Crutcher, Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Corey Jones. You had a gentleman in North Miami. He was on the ground trying to protect a special needs boy. who people called the police because they said it was a gun in his hand. He's there to protect the child, and he's on the ground with his hands up, and the police still shot up. Come on now, come on now. And you got Philando Castillo, you got Sam Dubois, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, just to name a few. It's like I said, there's a whole list. I ain't even gonna go through the whole list I actually have. You know what I'm saying? So, and people think we're crazy because we up riding, because you got Black Americans riding, you got Black Americans out here protesting heavy. You know what I'm saying? Now you're scared. Scared for what? Scared for what? You should. We just, as a people, we just want to be. We just want to be treated fairly and justly. If somebody's doing something real wrong, then okay. But I don't understand how you can harm a man that's not doing nothing, who's being detained, but yet you'll let a mass shooting go and not even think to, oh, I want to rough them up. You just, okay, let's go. Like, it's just certain situations that when force isn't applied properly, you look at it like, what is going on? But then when you look at the continuum of force for a freaking citation, you like, what the hell? Like, what the hell you have going on, sir? So it's just crazy, you know. And again, that can be anybody. That can be me going around and about. And again, you know what I'm saying? I try to move differently. I try to make sure I assess a situation before I even go into it. You know what I'm saying? I like to be aware of what is going on. I like to be aware of whom I may, you know, I'm deep into the human behavior, you know what I'm saying? Sociology. People watch, so I understand facial expressions, body language. Your body language speak louder than your words, so I can understand, you know what I'm saying, nuances of how a person may be, so I can know what to do. Hey, I ain't even gonna speak. I'm gonna keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Or I might speak, or not even really speak. But respect a distance between two, or whatever the case may be. It just is. It's on that kind of level. So I understand in essence of, hey, I cannot be. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation. But these people haven't put themselves in this situation. And even if they is in this situation, they should be treated with respect and dignity. We all humans. You know what I'm saying? We all humans. And the police need to realize that, what if they was in that opposite situation? What if they family members was in that situation? You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because, well, let me say this. According to the Washington Post, again, I'm somewhat paraphrasing it because, they had a whole article, but, I chopped it up, put it together properly. But, yeah, according to the Washington Post, man, uh, Black Americans is disproportionately killed by police, you know what I'm saying? By police violence. We only we uh, we make up less than 13% of the population. Less than 13% of the population. But we killed by police almost twice the rate of white Americans. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it's almost disrespectful because it seems like it's being planned like that. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they have an order out to, hurt people of color, Black Americans, people of color, minorities. It's like they almost have a out for them. And I ain't gonna say they do. Not all police are bad. You know what I'm saying? Not all police bad. I have family in authoritative positions like working in police. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're all bad, but it's just the ones that you see and you like. And again, and put a sour taste in your mouth. It's like, again. And like I said, it's like a whole bunch of more going. It's a whole bunch more going on, and it's saddening to see because there's a lot more that you don't see. So just think about for everyone, every unjust one that you may see that may get captured on camera. Thank goodness for cameras now, have all that stuff. You don't see 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the 30 of them. For every 30, you might see one. You might hear about this and that one, but it don't get the public press that they need. It almost just feels like a public lynching of Black Americans and minorities or people of color. Because if they can, we literally watching this on live TV. We're watching this on live TV. We seeing it on social medias. We seeing it daily. It's like they trying to desensitize us to it to say this is what's happening. And again, this is coming from my p.o.v. It's my perspective. You know, nobody else. Again, like I said, I'm coming off the cusp. This is what I think. You know, um, that's what it is. It's like a public lynching of Black folks and people of color. That's why I said I feel like 2020 is reverting back to, you know what I'm saying, Jim Crow days, 50s to 60s, you know what I'm saying, 40s, 50s, 60s. Well, they watch these people put them in a tree type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. That's crazy. Um, I try not to let that affect my mindset on how I view people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Again, not all people are bad. Not all white people are bad. You know what I'm saying? Cops, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have some good cops, gonna have some bad cops, you know what I'm saying? But what you see in the news can also shape your vision of every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now you looking at people differently. You know, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's what's being put out there. And as crazy as it sounds, it's just like, man, I ain't even talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, don't even look. I ain't even gonna be civil. Just, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing to say. But you kind of want to be civil about it. Can't be no eye for an eye because an eye for an eye is not good. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get anywhere with being an eye for an eye. You just have to do it properly. You have to move properly. You have to go through the right means. But I ain't gonna lie, if I was there at that scene, I feel like I would have wanted to do something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I would have wanted to at least run and just shoulder charge a motherfucker off on him. At least try. You know what I'm saying? And if I may have got apprehended, okay, at least I tried. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy. And I ain't saying that nobody else did anything or, people have their own reasons and have their own circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I just like to help people. You know what I'm saying? If I see a person in need of like immediate hurt, like, you know what I'm saying? When I was, took a trip to an amusement park, I seen a lady get hit by one of those long trolleys that take people back and forth. The trolley hopped over and hit the lady, you know what I'm saying? Like cold, bam, she on the ground, just laying there, not moving. I was actually one or two people, one of two people who ran over there immediately to assist this lady. You know what I'm saying? To see if we can help her anyway. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing if she was okay. I actually ran over there. And then you have people, oh, call for help, or do this, that, and the third, but I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Something, propelled me to do that. But again, in that situation, I like to think I want to do something. At least if I had something, I'll at least just baseball pitched it right at his head, like, you know what I'm saying? It just I feel that way. So I mean, again, is it right? Who's to say? But at least what he's doing is not right. You know what he did was not right. And again, this instance I'm talking about George Floyd incident, and what he did wasn't right. So you know, two wrongs don't make a right, but two negatives make a positive. So in that instance, life could have been saved potentially. And again, it's all hypothetical because I wasn't there, but you know what I'm saying? Again, I would like to put myself in the situation that I would like to have act. You know what I'm saying? And again, I haven't been in that situation in a while where I seen something of that magnitude. So again, who's to say it's just hypothetical at this point? But again, it's just you know, my POV of being a black man in America. And that's what I just think that's what they doing now. So, but yeah, again, I didn't want to I didn't want to come off like, they didn't want to be my my welcome back hit, you know what I'm saying? But just the curve, and again, we do talk about it all, man. And this is one of the situations where we talk about it all, but it's not the curve. Just want to drop a segment on the corner, you know, just to get a quick intro back to everybody out there. I'm back. I, did a little work, had to work on myself. Excuse the background. It's not my normal background for if you viewing the YouTube video. So yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I will hit y'all with one of my proverbs, but I don't have a proverb for this situation. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I could. I got a whole bunch in the thing, but it's just I couldn't find one for the situation that would match. That would match that would just match the tone of what's going on right now. Yeah, because I'm usually more, I'm just usually more, you know, encompassing, but I just really don't have one for this one, and I'm not gonna even play with it like that, because again, it doesn't match the tone of which came off today. But again, thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome, my new listeners from Anchor. And we do have a lot more fun, but hey, this just happened to be the first one that y'all might come into. And this is a segment of the curve. It's called the Corner. And if you're not watching this, you can check it out on my social medias. You can check it out on iHeart. I gotta go through on Anchor and make sure what all the other ones they put, what other sites they're posting up my podcast on. You can always check out on Lipson, the curve /lipson.com. iHeart, the curve, and I do have extra content on there. I started the corner so you can hear my poems on there. You can hear that, this, that, and the third. You can also check out the full podcast so you can get to know me from my first ones. And if you actually on YouTube, you can follow me on YouTube at the curve. Or exclusive, you can go to the page exclusive, and I spell exclusive XCLOOSIVE. Yeah, I had that a while ago, man. Y'all knew I was DJing. I had all that stuff going, man. But that's another story for another time, man. Hey, and we out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, follow me. It's gonna be a lot more, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I definitely do. Thank you.